So it goes 3 games without a win in the league for Russell Martin, and the commentary actually said he becomes the first permanent Rangers manager ever to only win 3 of his first 9 competitive games in charge. You would imagine that that would probably stay the same after the midweek game coming up against Bruges to go 3-10, and then who knows what will happen in the Derby game next weekend, because Rangers tend to get up for those games, although they haven't gotten up for a lot of games. It seems the first half, it was a little bit end to end at times, a couple of chances for each team. Lyle Cameron missed a really big chance with a ball in volley from a few yards out over the bar. St Mirren had a couple of opportunities just put wide, but the breakthrough came as a ball forward from Tanzer, just straight to Mandron, who takes a really good touch, to be fair to him, sends the ball through to Ayunga, Fernandez and Suter caught sleeping. Suter tries his best to recover it. Fernandez just jogging back. Ayunga takes a good touch outside and finishes past Jack Butland for 1-0. And Rangers didn't really look like scoring after that. Although there was one calamity that nearly happened with the St Mirren defenders. They somehow let the ball through to Asgard, who kind of scuffs his shot a little bit, rolls up George's foot, and it looks like it's going to go over him. Really calamitous goal, but then he makes a really good reactionary save in the first half to keep it at 1-0, and then Rangers changed the shape to what looked like a back three in the second half, although towards the end of the game they had so many forward-thinking players on, I don't actually know what shape they were playing at the end there. But it paid dividends in the end when Finlay Curtis hits a shot unmarked at the edge of the box after a corner. It does take a deflection, which probably on replays is what beat George, in fairness, and St Mirren will probably feel a wee bit hard done by after the defensive display that it's gone in. After playing both Celtic and Rangers, deflected efforts is what's taken it to concede for them, so they'll probably be feeling a wee bit hard done by in that respect. However, Rangers did, from that point, after chucking on so many forward players, did start to create more chances in the game. St Mirren, though, Gogic had 2 big chances where he could have won it. For St Mirren, there was one where he's just stretching and he doesn't get enough on it and it goes wide, which could have made it 2-0 at that point, game over. It does a header at 1-1 that Butland makes a really good save. There was also a deflected effort as well. Well, I say a deflected effort. Tavernier hits a shot. George looks comfortable in it, and then Danilo gets a wee flick on to make it a little bit less comfortable, but George makes a save there. Overall, with the balance of play, I think a draw was probably not too unfair of a result. However, St Mirren, like I said, with the way they defended and some of the chances they created, probably will feel aggrieved that they didn't hang on for the win. It probably would have been the same way around if Rangers had gone 1-0 up and then they didn't hang on for the win. But the big question is, where do Rangers go from here? I can't remember ever having a season where Rangers or Celtic didn't win any of their opening 3 games. Russell Martin might argue that it shows a bit of character the last 2 games that they've come from 1-0 down to not lose yet. Technically, they're still invincible in the league, but I don't know. It's the Rangers fans don't seem happy at all. The performance, once again, wasn't really there. I mean, they started the game without a striker. You know what you're going to get from St Mirren. They're a well-organised team. And once again, something that the Rangers fans have been saying all week. It only took a set of 2 passes to cut them open at times today. So, it is what it is, but Rangers find themselves 6 points behind going into the Derby game next week, which means even if they did win it, Celtic will stay 3 points ahead. If they lose, they're 9 points behind. A draw, and they're 6 points behind. So it's still a dire situation for Rangers, even if they manage to get the job done against Celtic next weekend. And it's catastrophic if they don't get the job done against Celtic next weekend as well. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new around here, please consider checking out some of the other content on the channel. I'll be back for the prediction video for the midweek games for Rangers, Celtic, Hibs and Aberdeen for the European playoff second legs, and we'll see how those end up going. But I'll catch you in the next one.